While you're busy trying to please everyone and being overly nice to those around you, who is actually worried about making you happy? What if I told you that being too nice might be destroying your life, and you don't even realize it? That while you're trying to please everyone, you're slowly fading away, until there's nothing left of you? Once upon a time, there was a man who always said yes. Yes to favors, yes to demands, yes to everything, except himself. He gave so much of himself that one day, as he looked in the mirror, a chill ran down his spine. The empty gaze staring back at him revealed a harsh truth. He had become a stranger to himself. But the worst was yet to come. Have you ever felt like this? Trapped in a cycle where everyone seems to benefit except you? Where your relationships drain you, your opportunities slip through your fingers, and the only things that grow are exhaustion and resentment. The truth is, being too nice isn't noble. It's a burden. And if you don't do something about now, you might end up paying a price that no one else will pay for you. But the good news, there's a way out. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to turn things around. Here's the key. By the end of this video, you'll discover the signs that you're being too nice and the secrets that the most successful men have learned to break free from being people pleasers and finally take control of their own lives. So, if you're ready to reclaim your power, your authenticity, and finally live without the weight of others' expectations, stay with me until the end. What I'm about to reveal could be the turning point you've been waiting for to become a better and more successful person in every area of your life. Before we continue, tell me in the comments, are you being too nice to the people around you to the point of forgetting about yourself? Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any content that could change your life. Now, let's uncover the signs that you're being too nice and how to reverse this situation to create real change. Sign 1. You always put others' needs above your own. Have you ever stopped to think about how many times you said yes when you really wanted to say no? Being too nice often means sacrificing your own needs just to please others. It may seem noble, but in reality it's a habit that leaves you exhausted, frustrated, and invisible to yourself. Imagine a typical day. You're busy with your tasks, but someone asks for help with something that's not urgent. Even though you don't have time, you agree. By the end of the day, your priorities have been left behind and you feel overwhelmed. When this pattern repeats day after day, it's a clear sign that you're erasing yourself. The Stoics taught us that we can't control other people's demands, but we can control how we respond to them. Epictetus once said, "It's not things that disturb us, but our perception of them." In other words, saying no isn't selfish. It's a way to preserve your energy and focus on what truly matters. Here's a practical tip. Start small. Next time someone asks for something that doesn't fit into your schedule, try saying, "I can't today, but I might be able to help another time." This simple act of setting boundaries will help you take back control of your life without guilt. But be careful, if you ignore this sign, the next one is even more impactful. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next, because it reveals how a lack of boundaries can destroy your relationships and your self-esteem. Stay with me, because sign number 2 will surprise you. Sign 2. You live to please others and forget about yourself. How many times have you changed your plans, opinions, or even values just to avoid conflict or disappointing someone? Pleasing others might seem like a way to keep the peace, but in reality, it's a trap that pulls you away from your true self. You end up living a life that isn't really yours. Think about a time when you agreed with something you didn't believe in, just to avoid an argument. In the moment, it might have seemed easier, but over time, it leads to built-up frustration and resentment. You become a stranger to yourself, losing connection with your own needs and desires. The Stoics remind us that other people's opinions don't define who we are. Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't waste what's left of your life worrying about how others expect you to be." This is a powerful truth. You don't need to be what others want. You need to be true to yourself. To start changing this, practice authenticity. The next time you feel the urge to please someone, ask yourself, is this aligned with who I really am? Small acts of courage, like speaking your true opinion, will help you reclaim your identity. But pay attention. If you don't stop living to please others, the next sign will show you how this can destroy your self-esteem and lead to a life full of regrets. And believe me, sign number 3 is a warning you can't afford to ignore. Sign 3. You hold resentment for not being recognized. Have you ever found yourself feeling invisible, as if all the effort you put into helping others is never appreciated? This is one of the most painful signs of being too nice. You give, but rarely receive anything in return. Over time, this creates deep resentment. Imagine helping a friend countless times, but when you need support, they're unavailable. That lack of reciprocity hurts, doesn't it? The problem is, by not setting boundaries, you teach others to treat you like an option, not a priority. The Stoics teach us that the true reward is in the action itself, not in external recognition. Seneca said, "Virtue is its own reward." This means you should act with integrity, not expecting something in return. When you internalize this, resentment begins to lose its power. A practical tip for dealing with this is learning to ask for what you need. Instead of waiting for others to guess your needs, be clear. "I've helped you many times. Now I need your support." This isn't selfishness, it's self-care. But get ready. If you keep accumulating resentment, the next sign will show you how this can destroy your relationships and leave you more isolated. And sign number 4 is a reality check that will make you rethink everything. Sign 4. You constantly feel tired and overwhelmed. Have you ever woken up tired, even after a full night's sleep? This constant fatigue is a sign that you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. When you're too nice, you end up taking on responsibilities that aren't yours, and this drains your physical and emotional energy. Think about how many times you've volunteered to solve other people's problems, even when you were already overwhelmed. In the short term, it may seem like you're helping, but in the long run, it leaves you exhausted and unable to take care of your own needs. The Stoics remind us that we cannot carry the burden of others indefinitely. Epictetus said, "First, tell yourself who you want to be, then do what needs to be done." This includes learning to prioritize yourself and understanding that you're not responsible for saving everyone. To start changing this, practice the art of delegation. Not everything depends on you. Ask for help, redistribute tasks, and learn to say no when necessary. Remember, you can't serve from an empty cup, but be cautious. If you don't stop overloading yourself, the next sign will show you how this can lead to total burnout and even the loss of your health. And sign number 5 is a warning that will make you rethink all your choices. Stay with me, because you won't want to miss this. Sign 5. You ignore your own dreams and goals. How many times have you put off your plans because someone needed you? Being too nice often means putting others' dreams ahead of your own. You end up living a life that isn't truly yours, while your goals are tucked away in a drawer. Imagine postponing a dream trip to help a friend, or not investing in a personal project because someone needed your time. In the moment, it may seem like a noble sacrifice, but over time, this leads to feelings of frustration and regret. The Stoics teach us that life is short, and we should live according to our own values. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not act as if you were going to live for 1,000 years." This reflection is a wake-up call. You can't indefinitely postpone your dreams for the sake of others. To begin changing this, take small steps toward your goals. Set aside time daily or weekly to focus on what truly matters to you. Remember, taking care of your dreams isn't selfish. It's a way to honor your existence. But be cautious. If you keep ignoring your own goals, the next sign will show you how this can lead to a life of regret and dissatisfaction. And sign number 6 is a warning that will make you question all your priorities. Sign 6. You fear conflict and avoid confrontation at all costs. Have you ever held back your opinion or avoided setting boundaries just to avoid an argument? This fear of conflict is a classic sign of being too nice. The problem is that by avoiding confrontation, you allow others to cross your boundaries repeatedly. Think about a situation where you stayed silent in the face of injustice just to keep the peace. In the moment, it may have seemed like the easiest choice. but over time it creates a buildup of frustration and helplessness. You feel small and invisible. The Stoics remind us that true peace doesn't come from the absence of conflict, but from the ability to handle it assertively. Seneca said, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but the victory over it." This means that facing conflicts is a form of growth, not destruction. To start changing this, practice assertiveness. Instead of avoiding arguments, learn to express your feelings and boundaries clearly and respectfully. Small acts of courage will help you reclaim your personal power. But get ready, if you continue avoiding conflict, the next sign will show you how this can lead to toxic relationships and the loss of your authenticity. And sign number 7 is a reality check that will make you rethink all your interactions. Sign 7, you feel invisible and undervalued. Have you ever felt like no one truly sees or values you? This feeling of invisibility is a sign that being too nice is putting you in the background. When you always prioritize others, you end up being treated like an option, not a priority. Imagine putting your best effort into your work but never being recognized, or always being available for friends, but never being remembered when they need company. This lack of recognition hurts deeply and undermines your self-esteem. The Stoics teach us that true value comes from within, not from external validation. Epictetus said, "If you want to be valued, value yourself." This means you need to put yourself first and stop waiting for others to give you the value that you don't even give yourself. To begin changing this, practice self-recognition. Celebrate your achievements no matter how small, and stop depending on others' approval. Remember, you are enough, regardless of what others think. But be careful. If you keep feeling invisible, the next sign will show you how this can lead to a life of loneliness and dissatisfaction. And sign number 8 is a warning that will make you question all your choices. Stay with me, because you won't want to miss this. Sign number 8. You let others make decisions for you. How many times have you allowed other people to make decisions for you, either out of fear of making a mistake or not wanting to disappoint them? When you're too nice, you end up giving up your power of choice. And this can lead you to a life that doesn't reflect who you truly are. Imagine being in a job that doesn't satisfy you because someone convinced you it was the best option, or following a path that's not yours just to please your family. Over time, this lack of autonomy creates a feeling of being trapped and frustrated. The Stoics remind us that freedom lies in our choices. Epictetus said, "You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you react." This means that even when circumstances are challenging, you always have the power to decide what is best for you. To begin changing this, practice making conscious decisions. Small choices like deciding what to do in your free time or how to spend your money will help you regain your autonomy. Remember, your life is yours, and only you can decide what to do with it. But be careful. If you continue allowing others to make decisions for you, the next sign will show you how this can lead to a life of regret and lack of purpose. And sign number 9 is a warning that will make you question all your choices. Sign 9. You live on autopilot, without passion or purpose. Have you ever felt like you're just existing, without passion or enthusiasm for life? This is a sign that being too nice is leading you to live on autopilot, where you go through the motions but don't experience true joy. Think about how many times you've followed a routine without questioning if it truly makes you happy. Work, commitments, others' expectations. All of this can lead to a mechanical life, where you lose touch with your deepest desires. The Stoics teach us that life should be lived with intentionality. Seneca said, "It's not that we have little time, but that we waste a lot." This reflection is powerful. You can't waste your life living for others. You need to find your purpose and follow it with passion. To start changing this, take time to reconnect with yourself. Ask yourself, what makes me feel alive? What would I do if I weren't afraid? Small steps toward your passions will help you get off autopilot. But get ready. If you continue living without purpose, the next sign will show you how this can lead to a life of emptiness and regret. And sign number 10 is a wake-up call that will make you rethink everything you've believed until now. Sign 10. You've lost connection with yourself. Have you ever looked in the mirror and not recognized the person you saw? This is the most alarming sign of all, when being too nice causes you to lose connection with who you truly are. You become a stranger to yourself, living a life that doesn't reflect your essence. Imagine spending years trying to please others, adapting to their expectations, and abandoning your own values. Over time, you become a distorted version of yourself, full of masks, not knowing what you really want anymore. The Stoics remind us that true wisdom starts with self-knowledge. Marcus Aurelius said, "Look within. Within you is the source of the good, which will never run dry if you continue to dig." This means that, to live a fulfilling life, you need to reconnect with your essence. To start changing this, take time for reflection and self-discovery. Ask yourself, who am I when no one is watching? What really matters to me? Small moments of introspection will help you rediscover your true identity. But be cautious. If you don't reconnect with yourself, the next step will show you how this can lead to a life of regret and dissatisfaction. And the final solution I'll reveal at the end of this video is something that will completely transform your life. Stay with me until the end, because you won't want to miss this. So let's recap. Being too nice might be leading you to put others' needs above your own. Live to please others. Hold on to resentments. Constantly feel tired. Ignore your own dreams. Fear conflict. Feel invisible. Allow others to make decisions for you. Live on autopilot and ultimately lose connection with yourself. Each of these signs is a warning that you're diminishing yourself and need to take action to regain control of your life. Now, imagine 5 years from now, you're still saying yes when you want to say no, living to please others, accumulating resentments and feeling more and more tired and invisible. How would you feel? The frustration, the loneliness, the feeling of being stuck in a life that isn't yours. All of this can be avoided if you act today. Life is too short to be wasted on things that don't serve you. And you, have you identified any of these signs? In your life? Which one impacted you the most? Leave a comment. What will be the first step you take to change this situation? Your experience could inspire others to start their own transformation journey. If this video helped you reflect or inspired you to take action, leave a like so more people can find this content. And if you're not subscribed yet, join our community. Click subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos full of practical wisdom. See you next time, because the journey to a more authentic and fulfilling life is just beginning.